Hey YouTube, today I am going to share with you the 5 reasons why I have become a complete packing light fanatic. I used to be the world's worst overpacker. Like, I would take a separate bag just for my toiletries. So I have since then learned in a trip, no matter pretty much how long you're gone or where you're going, I have gotten us into the mode of just going carry-on only. I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why we do and why you should as well. You don't need to bring an extra pair of shoes for every different outfit. So first of all, easiest thing, heading out the door, carry on only. You're gonna go through the airport and you don't have to go stand in the line. You don't have to go check in. You can get your boarding pass at a kiosk and you go right to the TSA. So you don't need to stand in line. You're gonna save time there. Number 2, and this is giant, especially if you're going anywhere far away, no lost luggage, ever. It's always within reach, it's always right above you, it's under your seat. You have access to all your stuff. If you have weird layovers, if you get stuck somewhere, you have everything with you, and when you get to your final destination, there's zero chance that your stuff is not with you when you get there, because you do not want to hit the ground in a foreign place or in another town even without everything you needed to travel with. Number 3 is easier mobility. Especially, we love to go to France, and cobbled streets and big luggage is a huge no. It's not easy. And one thing we have learned about when we've been over there, whether it's in Paris or out in the country, we don't do hotels. So if you do, cool, you can do the bellhop, you can take all the luggage, that's whatever you want to do you. We don't. So we always get an Airbnb where we have our own space, where we have our own kitchen, and I always get a washing machine because you're gonna need to wash clothes if you're packing this light. So mobility though, once you get where you're going, a lot of, especially in France and in Paris, these stairways, like this one, or like this one, or this one, they are small, they might be uneven, they might be 500 years old, but a lot of, I've been in stairwells in Paris apartments where you're going upstairs, they're that wide. It's my big bag that I take, like when I go cruising, I do take the 50-pound bag for that. That bag, there's no way that it's going up some stairway that's that wide. Also, sometimes there is an elevator, and the elevators, you're not getting in the elevator with anything but your carry-on and no one else. And if someone else gets in, you better know them really well, because there's about that much space, front to back. It's a cube. It looks like you're going up a chimney. So unless you know someone well, you're not getting in the elevator, and your big bag may not even, my big bag would not fit in one of the elevators I was in Paris. And a quick side note on Paris apartments, their first floor is our second floor. So if you get a first floor apartment, you're probably walking upstairs, and they may be tiny. So, and they may be old, or they may be like this one. The apartment, I've had 2 like this. They are straight up. It's more like a ladder. And again, if you're dragging a 50-pound bag, it is not going to be fun to drag it up stairs like that. So be aware, any kind of stairs in France, especially where we like to go. I don't know about other countries, but you don't want to be dragging your luggage upstairs too. Usually the bed is upstairs, and my big bag would not have made it up there. I would have had to take my clothes up separately. So ease of mobility. Another thing to watch, especially in Paris, watch for where you're going, your Airbnb. If you have a self check-in, make sure that the key drop is either on site or you know where it is. The recent trip I took, I went to Paris in the fall of 2022, and the key drop was actually about a half a mile away, and my brain just sort of shorted out when I got there. I got there and I kind of knew it was far away, but I didn't realize how far away. I ended up having a taxi. The guy was nice enough. He drove me to the drop, he waited, and then he drove me back to the apartment. But you're jet lagged and you're tired after an overnight flight, and I would have been getting dropped off at the key drop and then dragging my luggage, even though it was small, dragging it a half a mile through streets I didn't know to get to the apartment, to get in. And it's just one extra layer of hassle if you have even bigger bags. Also, especially in Paris, or any major city, if you are dragging big bags from the airport coming in, you're gonna do taxi, you might do metro, you might do train, you might do bus. Any of that, the bigger your bag, the exponentially larger the headache. And especially the metro and trains and things, if you're getting in at rush hour or leaving at rush hour and you're dragging these big bags with you, you're gonna get a lot of hard side eye from the locals. Like, it's a hassle. And metro, As far as I've seen any metro in Paris, I don't think there's an elevator ever. and even just getting through the turnstiles there with anything bigger than a carry-on bag, it's gonna be gymnastics to get it through with big bags. So take smaller bags if you're planning to do any of the trains, metros, buses, all of that on the ground when you get where you're going. It's just easier to just fly light with a smaller bag. The fourth thing that you need to keep in mind that will save you a ton of time and possibly getting delayed when you're coming back into the States if you're doing an international flight. I don't know about other airlines, we always travel with Delta, but when we come back into the States, our first time coming back, we came into probably Salt Lake, and we learned this. We just found out when we got on the ground, and we had traveled carry-on only, but I was so glad we did. When you come back into the States from an international destination with Delta, you get off the plane for your layover, you're gonna catch your next flight, you think you're just gonna walk to the next flight and get on. Your luggage, if you've checked it, it gets off the plane as if you're home, and it gets sent to the baggage carousel. You have to go then collect your luggage, then drag it back through customs, and then that line can be incredibly long. And then once you're through that, you get to get in the incredibly long TSA line and go back through everything and check in as if you're just arriving at an airport. It's like you're doing a whole new check-in. So if you have a short layover, you may be in a lot of trouble. I watched people, one of our last flights, we buzzed right off the plane, we had our carry-on, we zipped right up to customs, and we're standing in line. It was really long. We were super glad we didn't have to go get luggage, but you could see people at the luggage carousel, you know, freaking out that they're waiting for their bag, meanwhile watching the clock, and their next flight is soon, and they still have to go through customs and TSA, so just skip it. I just don't like to have any of that extra stress added as layers when you're traveling anywhere. So carry-on only, you just fly off the plane, you walk right through the airport and go right on to your, more or less go right on to your next flight. And the fifth reason, and it sort of ties into packing. I've done packing videos where I show you like what I'm packing and how I make the outfits work and the capsule wardrobes and all of that. I'll have links at the end of this video, but the fifth reason to do this and go with it, especially with packing clothes, especially for us ladies who we like to have lots of choices and lots of outfits and shoes, no one cares. No one cares what you're wearing. We are the only ones that care what we're wearing. No one's looking. I mean, do you remember what the cashier was wearing at the store you were at yesterday? Like, they don't know, they don't care, they don't notice. No one ever on the street, first of all, you're probably not gonna see them twice. If you do, they're not gonna look at you and be like, she was wearing those pants yesterday or at dinner the other night. Like, they aren't noticing, they don't care. So take outfits you can mix and match, and no one's gonna care if you wore that shirt already. You get a place where you can do laundry and you wear stuff more than once. Literally no one is gonna know, no one's gonna care. And if they do, they don't matter. But just go with that. So pack light, you'll have so much more fun on your trip. You will have way less stress. You'll get through everywhere quicker, easier, simpler. If you've never tried it, promise to try it at least once. The first time we tried it, we have never gone back. It's just so much less headache. And I've literally come home with, we went for 17 days. I packed my little small carry-on suitcase. I came home with stuff I hadn't worn. I don't know how. So I'm always coming home with things I didn't use. And every time I do, I'm editing my packing list. Like, what else can I leave out? Pack what you think you're gonna need and then take out half of it. And plan on buying it when you get there if you need it. If you need lotion or you need, shampoo, a lot of places have that already. Some of that stuff, just plan to go be a local and do a little shopping. It adds another little fun thing you can do while you're in a foreign place. Go do a little shopping if you need it, but leave it at home. Less weight in your bag, easier time getting through everywhere, and you can go get the things you need when you're there. So leave them home if at all possible. You will thank me. But let us know in the comments. Let us know if you've ever had a mishap because you packed light or you packed too heavy. Like, I've never come home from a trip with packing carry-on only, came home and been like, I wish I had taken more stuff. I'm always like, I wish I'd taken less. I could have gotten by with even smaller bags. So let us know if you've had anything mishap or something that worked really well for you with packing light. Share it so we can all learn from our mistakes. And if you'd like to see more of our travel planning, you can see the playlist here, and my packing videos are here. I will also be doing a packing video soon that's more about what to pack if you're packing carry-on only, what to put in and what to for sure include and what to for sure leave home. So look forward to seeing you in that video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.